Hello friends, welcome to my channel and thanks for watching this video. Friends, in this video we are going to discuss about Hertz Global Holdings, and what you can see on your screen is the long-term chart of this particular stock. And if you start from the current trend, then the stock is trying to make a bounce back. But if you look at the overall trend, the chart has been broken on the downside, and this requires lots of stuff and energy to simply just to bounce back and manage the trend. So we are going to discuss all of those, but before that, if you haven't subscribed my channel, hit on the subscription button and also hit on the notification bell to get the notification of my upcoming videos. Now understand this trend first. So what you have, so this was the previous trend. Okay, so let me just start with the previous trend, so to have a good amount of idea about how the trend was and how it has been in quite some time. So this was your previous trend if you look at it. Okay, so the stock has been, so here you have, or better provide. So the stock has been trading inside a range since 2000, or from the highs of 2007, where the upper end of the range was 109 and the lower end of the range was $7.93. Okay, the stock has been trading inside this range from 2007 till 2020, when the big crash happened and the trend has broken on the downside, and finally it hits the low. It hits the fresh and recent low in the year 2020, which is a 0.41 cent on the downside. Okay, so this one big fall indeed changed the entire course of action. And if you look at this trend, what one can see here is probably it requires lots of energy and lots of firepower just to bounce back. Obviously nowadays, the kind of movements we have in the stocks is simply enough to make the stock rise by a couple of thousand points if it is in those hands, as you can say. But if you look at the trend, what we can see here, that you have your first support at $1.99. Okay, so this is your first support, first line of support, and then you have your next support at 1.09, and you have another support at 0.81, and further your low at 0.41. so these are all your support levels which one can see on the downside. On the upside, you have your first target or resistance at 6.44, and then you have 7.93. So understand this. So if I just divide this trend into two parts, so this is your first section and rest will be your second another section. Okay, so till 7.93, or if you can say $8 on the upside, it's simply a bounce back. Okay, the main problem is the stock must close above $8 and sustain above that level. So that is the main thing one need to understand here. Why? Because this $8 was the support, previous support of the previous trend. Okay, so this is the thing one need to understand. So if, let's say, if it crawls back towards 7.93 and between $8 and it falls back, then obviously it is simply touching the previous support and close down below, then it means that it's just a retest of the previous. Now it will become a resistance, it will just a retest of the resistance, and probably the stock will face another round of selling. That is also a possibility. So that's why the stock must close above $8 and sustain above that. If it happens, then the probability will be the stock could crawl back to $21, which will be the next target, or resistance, then $28. Then you have this one, this level, which will be $56, and finally $109. So this is the entire trend if one needs to look at the entire trend, so big trend, and how to segregate it one after another. So simply understand that first look at the trend by its current price action, where the stock must to retest 7.93 or $8, and if it close above that and sustain above that, then there is a possibility that it could retest its previous high. Otherwise it's just a retest of the resistance level or its previous trend, and the stock may falls down. Understand, the most important thing here is to manage the risk. So maintain your stop losses in a very disciplined manner. Do not simply use lame tactics, and without planning you are putting your money, and then you are finding some resources just to satisfy your thought process, which may or may not be right. So this is the end of the video. If you like this content, do share your thoughts in the comment section and subscribe my channel. Lastly, take care of your family and friends.